Good morning, YouTube friends. Thanks so much for coming by and welcome to another episode of the Untamed Olive. So it is like literally 11 degrees outside. It is so cold and all I want to do is curl up with a nice creamy bowl of soup. So I am going to turn all these ingredients into a super simple and healthy potato leek soup. Keep on watching to see how. Okay guys, first things first, I am sauteing 1 small white onion and 4 cloves of garlic and about a half a teaspoon of olive oil here. Once we're a bit softened, I'm going to dump in 2 roughly chopped leeks. Don't worry about uniform size here, we're just getting a rough chop. We're going to blend it all together at the end anyway. I used about 2/3 of the leek from the bottom up, so I didn't use the really green fibrous bits on the top. And once these get a little bit soft, I'm going to add about a half a teaspoon of pink Himalayan sea salt and let them draw out their moisture and soften up just a little bit more before we add our potatoes. Now that we're looking softened up, we've even got a little bit more green. That's how you can tell they're cooking up a bit. I'm going to add 7 small yellow potatoes that I've quartered here. And then I'm going to add a tablespoon of fresh rosemary and a tablespoon of fresh thyme. I'm just gonna add that little sprig of rosemary there, and then I'm going to pull the leaves off of our thyme twigs to get about a tablespoon of thyme as well. These flavors are so awesome for fall. They go really good with potatoes. They also go super well with mushrooms. I have a really good and just as easy mushroom soup recipe. If you're interested, let me know. We can do that one next because it is for sure getting to be soup weather very quickly around here. Now that we've got our herbs in here, almost, I'm going to add 4 cups of vegetable broth. You can make your own vegetable broth, super simple. You can also use bouillon cubes or like a bouillon paste. I just used a couple cubes in 4 cups of water and it works just as well, and it's really simple for just a quick soup if you don't have time to make your own stock. So we're just going to add that in, and it's just enough to cover the potatoes so they will boil in that stock. This works. It's such a good addition to a soup, especially a vegetable soup. It gives a much more depth of flavor than if you just were to use water and herbs. So I highly recommend it. So we're just going to give that a little stir, and make sure our potatoes are covered. And we're going to simmer that on low for about 25 minutes or until our potatoes are fork tender. Now, if you can see through all the steam here, we've got some fork tender potatoes. That means that we are good to go. And now all we have left to do is literally pop this in our blender and blend, like so. Once we're looking nice and creamy, I'm just going to add a little bit of black pepper and of course some red pepper flakes, because if you've seen any of my videos or know me at all, I really can't cook without it. And it adds a nice heat element, which is super nice. So use at your discretion. I like to be a little bit heavy with it myself. Then we're going to blend it again and serve it immediately. You can also keep this in the fridge for up to a week, or you can even freeze it for use later, which is awesome. It freezes really well. I'm going to just garnish it with a little bit of fresh leeks, rosemary and thyme, and I'm gonna sit down with a book and enjoy this. I hope you guys love this soup. It is so easy. There's like virtually no oil in it. It's so good for you. Let me know what you think. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Cheers.